So this is another way, and this is a very important way. We overcome by doing this. It says we are to take every thought captive and make it obedient to Christ. What does that mean? Well, this is how I picture it. Put every thought into a prison. Just create a little prison in your mind and put it in there. And examine it. And test it. And ask questions. Did this come from just my own thought? Did it come from God? Did it come from the devil? Would God have said this? Is this the kind of thing that Jesus would say? What kind of manner did the thought come to you with? Right? So only let out the thoughts that Jesus would agree with. That's what this verse means. And if you're going to be tempted, you're tempted in your mind, aren't you, in your thoughts? So if you can control your thoughts, then you can control and beat the temptation. Make sure you've got a good antivirus system. How do we stop viruses and things coming onto your own computer? You have an antiviral system, don't you? Well, this is your antiviral system. The other way we overcome, and we could take a week on each one of these, put on the full armour of God. I'm just going to focus in on two. This is the shield of faith. What does it say about the shield of faith? It says it's able to quench every single fiery dart from the enemy. What does quench mean? Put out. It puts the fire out. It's not a flame anymore. So I don't know how they did it with their shield, but they must have put some kind of stuff on it to stop the arrow from burning. And the point to note as well is that it stops every single one. If you've got your shield in place, it will stop every single dart that the enemy fires at you. Tells us to take the sword of the Spirit. This is a bit more offensive, I would say. Yeah, the sword of the Spirit is the word, yeah. And we can use it just like Jesus used it when he was tempted. Do you remember what he said? The devil came and said, change these stones into bread. And what did Jesus say? He just says, it is written. It is written. Man does not live by bread alone, but by every word. Another way to overcome is to pray. Seems too obvious, doesn't it? Pray? Really? Yeah, really. And then when you're finished praying, pray some more. Prayer is the most underrated thing in the whole world. And yet it's the most powerful thing we've got. If only we understood that, if only we realised that, then our prayer meetings would be full to start with. We'd be dying to get there, eager to get there. But this is how we communicate with God, isn't it? Does this ring a bell with anybody? Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be your name. What does it go on to say later? It says, lead me not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. So when he's teaching the disciples how to pray, he includes this as a way of overcoming temptation. I like this. I just found it this morning from Watchman Nee. It says, our prayers lay the track down on which God's power can come. Like a mighty locomotive, his power is irresistible, but it can't reach us without the rails. So pray and put the rails down so that God's power can intervene and come into your situation, whatever it might be. That's where we started, isn't it? The Lord is my shepherd. I'll lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me. He says, stay here for a minute in the green pastures. Don't go anywhere. Just, enjoy the food that you've got all around you. And then he says later on, lead me by quiet waters. Come and have a drink over here. Get refreshed. He leads me by quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. And he guides me along the right paths for his name's sake. So be guided. Be led, just like the sheep follows a shepherd. But there is a battle, and the battle is for the control of our minds and our thinking. But that battle, I've got good news for you, that battle has been won. And it's been won by Jesus on the cross. I'll finish with this verse here. It says, "O wretched man that I am," and this is Paul speaking, "who will deliver me from this body of death?" This body of death that keeps doing the wrong thing instead of the right thing. Who will deliver me? He goes on to say, saying, thanks be to God through Jesus Christ our Lord. He's the one who will deliver us. Let's just stand and pray.